Hello guys, good morning. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, the SPC Tutorials. My name is Tutor Joseph and I'm here this morning to take us the topic Gametogenesis in AED 1 to 2. Please, as you're watching this video, endeavor to subscribe, like, share and comment. It is very, very important. Now, Gametogenesis is the production of what? Gametes or sex cell of the male or female what? Organism. The production of sperm or spermatozoa is called what? Spermatogenesis, while the production of egg or ovum is called what? Oogenesis. But in today's video, we shall be considering just what? Spermatogenesis. Now, during spermatogenesis, the primordial cell, the primordial what? Germ cell, please, this is the word, germ, which is formed from germinal epithelium. Alright. During spermatogenesis, the primordial germ cell, which is formed from what? Germinal epithelium, undergoes mitosis. Mitosis or mitotic division to produce what? To produce spermatogonia. Spermatogonia. Alright. Now as soon as these spermatogonia are formed, each spermatogonium, spermatogonia is what? Plural, then nium becomes what? IUM. Each spermatogonium undergoes a certain growth to produce what? A primary spermatocyte. A primary spermatocyte. Please, this primary spermatocyte is called what? Germ mother cell. Please take note of that. Germ mother what? Cell. Alright, this primary spermatocyte form is called what? Germ mother what? Cell. Now, as soon as this primary spermatocyte is produced, it undergoes meiosis. Now, please, primordial germ cell undergoes mitosis, but the primary spermatocyte undergoes what? Meiosis. It undergoes two meiotic division. The first one produce two secondary spermatocytes or spermatocytes. The first meiotic division will produce what? Two secondary what? Spermatocytes. Now the second meiotic division produce what? Four spermatids. For what? Please take note. The first meiotic division produces what? Two secondary spermatocytes. But the second division produces what? Four spermatids. As soon as these four spermatids are produced, each spermatid will now differentiate to produce what? A spermatozoon. A spermatozoon, okay? Please, this spermatozoon will now develop head and what? Tail. All right, it will develop what? Head and tail. Please, that is the first step. I said during spermatogenesis, primordial germ cell, which is formed from germinal epithelium, it undergoes what? Mitosis to produce spermatogonia. Each spermatogonium undergoes what? Meiosis to produce what? Okay, each spermatogonium develops, it grows to form what? Primary spermatocyte called what? Germ mother cell. Now this primary spermatocyte undergoes two meiotic division. The first produces what? Two secondary spermatocytes. Then the second one produces what? Four spermatids. Now each spermatid will now differentiate to form what? A spermatozoon. This spermatozoon will develop what? Head and what? Tail. That is the first step. Now the second step is, where does spermatogenesis occur? Where does it occur? Spermatogenesis occurs in the seminiferous tubule of the testis. Seminiferous tubule, right? Please, spermatogenesis occurs in the seminiferous tubule of what? The cell. Now, I told you initially that the primordial germ cell are from the germinal epithelium. Now, the germinal epithelium lining the wall or the tube, that is of this tube, that is where the sperm is what? Formed through spermatogenesis. Now, during this process, the daughter cells, all right, the daughter cells will move towards the lumen of the tube, the lumen of the, it's not everything I have to write because of time and because of the nature of the board. Now, during this cell division, the daughter cell will move towards the lumen of what? The tube. It moves towards the lumen of the tube. And during this process, there's a complete formation of what? Spermatozoa from what? Spermatids. There's complete formation of spermatozoa from what? Spermatids. Now, the satellite cell, oh, that reminds me, the complete formation of spermatozoa, from spermatids occurs in the part that is adjacent. Please take note of this word. That is adjacent to the wall of the tube. All right, please take note of that. Take note of that. The complete formation of spermatozoa from spermatids is formed at the part that is immediately adjacent to the wall of what? The tube. Please take note of that. It is very important. Now, at this point, it develops what? A satellite cell. Now, this satellite cell is one that provides nutrients, all right? It nurses the spermatozoa. It provides protection. It gives it nutrients. It nurses the spermatozoa since it has been formed. As soon as this spermatozoa is formed, it detaches, or the tail. You know that the sperm possesses head, neck, and what? Tail. All right. As soon as the spermatozoa is formed, the tail of the spermatozoa pierces the fluid or lumen that is filled with what? Fluid. It pierces it, and instantly it is what? Detached from the what? Tubule, and it is what? Released. Please, the function of the satellite cell is to provide nutrients for the what? Spermatozoa. Please take note of that. It is very important. Now, the next step we are to take is the hormones responsible, or the hormones that control spermatogenesis. The hormones that control what? Spermatogenesis. The hormones that control spermatogenesis. Now, there are two hormones that control spermatogenesis. One is the hypothalamus. There are two hormones that control spermatogenesis. They are the hypothalamus and what? The anterior pituitary gland. All right. So these are the two people or two men that control what? Spermatogenesis. Now, what happens? The first thing that will happen here is the hypothalamus will produce a type of hormone called what? Gonadotropins releasing hormone. All right. That is pronoted as GnROH. All right. The hypothalamus will produce what? A gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone is what? This gonadotropin is what is responsible for the development of the gonad. Gonad is otherwise called what? Testes. All right. Testes. This word is singular. Then plural is what? Es. Gonadotropin is responsible for the development of what? The gonad. Now, as soon as this gonadotropin releasing hormone is produced by the hypothalamus, it travels through a vein from the hypothalamus to the anterior pituitary gland. As soon as it gets to this gland, it stimulates it to produce two hormones, which are the follicle stimulating hormone. It stimulates to produce how many hormones? Two hormones. Follicle stimulating hormone. And the second one is what? The luteinizing hormone. Alright? Luteinizing what? Hormone. Now, these hormones are produced by the anterior pituitary gland after being stimulated by the gonadotropin releasing what? Hormone. Now, what now happens? As soon as this follicle stimulating hormone is produced, what happens? It stimulates the satellite cell, leading to the complete formation of what? The spermatozoa. As soon as this follicle stimulating hormone is produced, it stimulates spermatogenesis, therefore stimulating the satellite cell to develop the what is it called now? The spermatozoa completely. Okay. Now that is the work of this follicle stimulating hormone. Now, as soon as this luteinizing hormone is produced, it stimulates the interstitial cell. It stimulates the interstitial cell of the testes. Now, sometimes the textbook refer it as Leydig cell. Alright? It stimulates the Leydig cell. Oh God. That is the interstitial cell of the testes to produce what? An hormone called what? Testosterone. Alright? Now the male sex hormone is called what? Testosterone. The male sex hormone is called testosterone, and it is a steroid hormone. Please, you bring this question. It is a steroid hormone, and it is found from cholesterol. Now, I said as soon as this follicle stimulating hormone is produced, it stimulates spermatogenesis, thereby stimulating the satellite cell to completely form what? The spermatozoa. Now, the luteinizing hormone stimulates the Leydig cell, that is the interstitial cell of the testes, to produce what? The male sex hormone called testosterone, and it is what? A steroid hormone made from what? Cholesterol. But during this process, there's what we call negative feedback. Now, increase in the production of testosterone, please. Increase in the production of what? Testosterone leads to a decrease in gonadotrophin releasing hormone. I will repeat. The negative feedback is that increase in the formation of this testosterone leads to a decrease in the production of what? Gonadotrophin releasing what? Hormone. Therefore, I told you that this hormone is what produces what? Follicle stimulating hormone and what? Luteinizing hormone. Since this gonadotropin hormone has been decreased, there's also what? A decline or a decrease in the production of what? Follicle and luteinizing what? Hormone. Please, that is negative feedback, which means that increase in the level of production of testosterone lead to what? A decrease in gonadotropin releasing hormone, leading to a decrease in the release of what? Follicle and luteinizing what? Hormone. Please take note of that. Please, that reminds me. Now, since the luteinizing hormone stimulates the interstitial cell to produce what? Testosterone. Therefore, it is called what? Interstitial cell stimulating what? Hormone. Please, the full meaning of ICSH is what? I said since it stimulates the production of, it stimulates the Leydig cell or the interstitial cell of the testes, it is therefore called what? Interstitial cell stimulating what? Hormone. Please take note of that. Now, please, when the sperm is produced, increase in temperature of this sperm can lead to what? An abnormal formation of what? The sperm, or it can lead to what? Failure of formation of what? The sperm. What happens? It is found stored in the scrotal sac. In the scrotal what? Sac. Oh God. Which means that the scrotal sac acts as what? A thermoregulator. That is, it regulates the temperature of the sperm so it will not what? Die out. So please take note of that. The testis is found in the scrotal sac. It's found in the scrotal sac. And you know that sperm is produced inside the seminiferous tubule of what? The testes. Okay? Now, the testis is found inside the scrotal sac. Is held in position by what is called the spermatic cord. Spermatic cord. It's not in your textbook. They didn't mention this one if you want to under this topic. Just take note that the testis is found inside the scrotal sac. It's held in position by the spermatic cord. So please take note that is for that. Now, I've explained the negative feedback, and please, during this negative feedback, the satellite cell or the satellite cell will produce an hormone called inhibin. The satellite cell will produce what? An hormone called inhibin. As soon as this inhibin is produced, the target is what? The anterior pituitary gland. The target of this satellite cell is what? Anterior pituitary gland. As soon as it gets it acts and it reduces the formation of what? Follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing what? Hormone, thereby leading to a decrease in the formation of what? Testosterone. The reverse is the case. Now, I've explained everything. Now, the sperm. What is the target of the inhibin? It is what? The anterior pituitary what? Hormone. Now, the next thing is the sperm. The sperm or spermatozoa. Let me erase these things. The sperm or what? Spermatozoa. All right. Now, the sperm is made up of 3 parts. All right. The sperm is actually 0.1 millimeter long. It is 0.1 millimeter in what? Length. So, what do we understand about the sperm or what? The spermatozoa. Now, the sperm is made up of 3 parts: large head, cylindrical body, and what? Elongated tail. Now, I will also say it. These 3 things weren't used to describe the sperm. They were not used to describe the sperm in what? AB122. Now, the AB122 only said that the sperm has the head. The head houses what is called the acrosome. The head houses what is called what? The acrosome. Now, this acrosome has the lysosome. Now, this lysosome in return possesses what is called what? A hydrolytic enzyme. This hydrolytic enzyme is what gives the sperm the ability to penetrate what? The egg easily. Now, which means that the hydrolytic enzyme renders the vitelline membrane of the female sex cell called the egg so that it can penetrate easily. You know that the egg of the female organism has an external membrane called what? Vitelline membrane. The inner membrane called what? The plasma membrane, and it has what? A dense cytoplasm. As soon as this hydrolytic enzyme is produced, it renders the vitelline membrane weak, therefore enhancing the efficient penetration of what? The sperm, meeting the egg, and therefore fertilization occurs called what? It produces what? Zygote. So please take note of that. I said that the head has an acrosome which contains what? Lysosome. And this lysosome has what? An hydrolytic enzyme that gives the sperm the ability to what? Penetrate the egg easily or what? Effectively. Now, the neck of the organism, the neck of the sperm contains the centrioles. Contains what? The centrioles. Now, the centrioles is the part where cell division occurs in animals, while in plants it occurs in what? In the meristem. Take note of that. Now, the middle piece, which is the first part of the sperm, the middle piece, which is the first division of the sperm, it possesses the mitochondria. All right, they'll ask you which of the following is the mitochondria found. Please, it is found in the middle piece of the sperm, mitochondria. The work of the mitochondria is to produce energy in the form of what? ATP. It is to produce energy in the form of ATP for the easy movement of the sperm by the lashing movement of what? The tail. If I don't call it the tail, I can call it what? Flagella. I said the middle piece is that region where the mitochondria is found, and the mitochondria produces energy in the form of what? ATP for the movements of the tail by the lashing movement of the tail or what? Flagella. Please take note of that. So at this point, we'll call it a day. Then in our next class, we shall be discussing oogenesis, which is production of what? Egg in the female organism, and it occurs in the what? Follicle. It occurs in the what? Follicle. Please, at this point, we call it a day. Thanks for watching, and please endeavor to subscribe.